Yes, hello and welcome. This is Formula 1 2014 career mode, and we are now at Bahrain. Yes, this is the race that in my last season decided to go all funny, but this season it's actually recorded and I can actually show this race for you. So we've qualified in 9th place. And there is my setup. We are doing option prime for the tyres. And before we get into the race, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you watching and that have been watching my videos for the past month or so now. It has been a real joy to see, since Formula 1 2014 has come out, that a lot more people have found my channel and are enjoying my videos, and that is the reason why I do this, to give you some enjoyment. And seeing as now there is no Formula 1 until March next year, I'm going to be pumping out these videos as much as possible. But there you saw Lewis Hamilton in first place, my teammate just in front of me, and I'm in 8th. So we are now on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got Ricciardo right in front of us, and we've got 4 lights. Now we've got 5. And away we go now, and we've had quite a decent start. Ricciardo's also had a good start, and it doesn't look like Magnussen's got away very cleanly. However, we go past Magnussen there, and we might get Button as well, as we brake and we give our teammate a little bit of a nudge, but that seemed to have helped him. It's pushed him into 2nd place. I pushed him past a couple of cars, so that was a little bit of teammate helping each other out there. So we are now into 3rd place, and we're going to try and dart down the inside of Massa. Don't touch! Oh, that was close. That was lucky there that me and my teammate Felipe Massa did not touch coming through the 3rd corner. So we are now up to 2nd place, but it looks like Hamilton has decided to do hammer time and just dart out. One thing I have noticed in every single Grand Prix, there's always one Mercedes that is extremely fast. It's either Lewis Hamilton or Nico Rosberg, but we have got Lewis Hamilton leading the Drivers' Championship at the moment, as I lost the back end there coming through that tricky hairpin corner that has caused a lot of trouble for all of us racers playing on F1. And we had Massa there having a look down the outside, seeing if he could overtake us, but it didn't work out for him. So we're still holding on to 2nd place. There is a little bit of a train forming. However, it is the first lap, so we're going to have to give it time before we can see if we're holding people up. Our qualifying pace wasn't too bad. Hamilton qualified in 1st place with a 1:34.4, and we qualified on a 1:35.6. So that is not too bad, as you saw Vettel there get overtaking us. So I'm going to try and get past him, because I can carry more speed into this corner as I go quite deep, but I still hit the apex and get round the corner properly. So now we're skipping to lap 6, and it looks like we got Vettel trying to overtake us once more down our inside, and we're just going to try and outbrake him as much as possible, and we're getting very close to touching, and he's on my inside line, so I give him a little bit of room to see if he wants to come back at me. However, he decided not to. And now we also skip to lap 8, where Vettel is doing the same this time, but down the inside line, and we're just going to dart back, do the switch back, and take that place back once more. So we're having quite a good fight for this 2nd place. But I will be happy with the podium, as we have Rosberg there trying to do exactly the same, but we defend like crazy there, and we keep in this place. It's really difficult to keep these cars behind me though. So here we are now on lap 8, coming in for our first pit stop. As you can see, my tyres are extremely wore. And yeah, well, I really felt the tyres going off in the last lap. I sort of hit the wall of performance with those tyres. So now I'm putting on a set of primes with a 3.7 second pit stop, and we are back out of the pits. It looks like we're going to be rejoining in 8th place. That may change though. It looks like actually we're going to be rejoining 10th, with Kvyat Maldonado just going past us as we brake for this corner, and we go quite wide actually. I'm missing my braking point for the exit of the pits, but that's not to worry as long as this outlap is quite good. But we're catching up to Kvyat now, and we're just going to try and go down the inside of the tricky hairpin, give him a little bit of a nudge, but we still get past. But that was a little bit clumsy by me, so I may have to see the stewards afterwards. As we see now, coming on to lap 10, a whole lot of cars have come into the pits, so we're just going to overtake all of them. And is that Rosberg there? It looks so, as we have Vettel there trying to overtake us as well. But yeah, it looks like we're back into 2nd place. So we have got through that round of pits, coming back out in the same position. But on lap 11, we've got Rosberg trying to overtake us once more, and it looks like he's got past us. However, we just can carry a little bit more speed into that corner and hit the brakes a lot later. So we are now still in second place, and I've been fighting like mad all through the race so far for this place, as we see Rosberg once again overtaking us, and we do the switchback and overtake him again once more. It's always on that back straight though, coming to the finish line. As you can see now on lap 15, it looks like I've created a bit of a gap, about 1.2 seconds of a gap, so I've broken DRS range, so hopefully I can keep this gap to stop them attacking me with DRS. It will be interesting to see how quickly they'll catch up to me, because through Sector 2 and 3 they're a lot faster than I am, but I'm faster in Sector 1. So we're coming through the tricky hairpin once more, and I've locked up slightly, and that is giving Rosberg the place. That was an aggressive move. He came round that corner with a whole rate of knots. He must have carried about an extra 10-20 miles an hour through that corner, but yeah, couldn't overtake him once more. But we're coming into the pits now for our final pit stop, another set of prime tyres, because the Williams has still got some tyre issues that hopefully should be resolved at China for the next race, but if not, it'll be resolved for Spain at the Circuit de Catalunya. But hopefully we could get this upgrade the next race, just to give us the opportunity to do split strategies, except doing option primes, because that just leaves me with a lot less performance, as I go extremely deep this time out of the pits to the first corner, and that's lost me a place to Grosjean. That's lost me a couple of seconds at least, but we overtake Grosjean on that tricky hairpin once more. The AI seem to go slow into that corner, but fast out, whereas I go fast into the corner, but quite slow out. I do get some overtakes, and then I can defend if they want to cut back at me. But here we are now, switching to lap 20, and we've got our teammate in the pits, which we overtake pretty easily, so we are now into P11, and we have got Magnussen in front of us, and it'll be interesting to see if he's got to pit yet, or if this is for actual race positions. But on lap 21, coming on to lap 22, we've just overtaken a few cars, and we are now up to P7. So we've got Vettel up next. We've just overtaken him in the pits. So the only people that have got past us really is Rosberg, as we overtake another 2 places there in the pits once more. And we had Vettel there coming down our inside thinking about it, but he decided to back out of it. As we've now got Vettel once more coming at us down the back straight. They can carry a lot more speed than I can. Maybe they're running a lower downforce setup than I am, but I'm still in P5. So we've gone wide through that corner, and that's given Vettel the place. And it's interesting to see, because Ricciardo and Alonso have jumped us in the pits somehow. They must have done a split strategy, and they've basically jumped us through the pit strategies. So we've lost 2 places there, possibly 3 with Vettel. But now we're coming round towards the end of the penultimate lap, and Vettel just parks the bus on the apex. That must have been a glitch of some kind. I believe it was because the back marker was in front of him, and there has been a couple of glitches with back markers and AI mixing together. But I lost a bit of my front wing, and Vettel retired from the race. But we are coming home in P5 for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and that is a great result, especially seeing as what happened to us in the last race, where we retired from a stupid error by me, hitting the pit wall with realistic damage. But yeah, 5th place, so that is quite good. And you'll be pleased to hear, tomorrow, I'm planning on doing a lot of videos, recording a lot of videos, because I've got my new wheel coming. I've ordered a Logitech G27, so I'll be playing around with that, so I might do some online races, things like that. But this is Elliot Splash. Hope you have a good night, and until next time guys, this is me signing off.